انقطع عليها الضي شكله. اوكي نزال زميلتكم هنا بس وصلها رابط. Okay, so let's continue. Last lesson we talked about, I think, countable and uncountable. I'm not sure. Countable and uncountable. No, شاهدوا. Okay. So this is the last thing we talked about in our last lesson. We did the revision of unit, I think this is unit 5. Unit 4, sorry, we finished the revision of unit 4. هذا آخر شيء كملناه. unit 4 اللي هو على السريع كان بالنسبة للverbs. بعض الverbs تكلمنا عليهم اللي هم في free time activities. بعدين في نفس الوقت اللي هو قصة الاس والاي اللي هو في الافعال اللي هو الverbs لما نستعملوها مع الهي والشي والit. So we talked about this. We also talked about how to use love and like. واتفقنا ديما بعد love, like و hate لازم يكون الverb يا اما حنقوله verb plus ing او noun. يعني تقدر تقول مثلا I love cats هنا استعملته noun. وإلا I love reading, I love swimming, I love cooking, right? الطريقة هي نكون استعملنا verb plus ing. فمعناها بالنسبة للأفعال هذه I love, I like, I hate ديما اللي بعدهم يا إما ing مع الverb يا إما بتحطوا noun, okay? And we did some WH questions اللي هو بالpresent simple. سواء كانوا WH أو حتى عندنا اللي هو yes no questions حتى غطيناهم. وبعدين دنا بعض الأمثلة اللي هو بعض أنواع الفود اللي هو تكلمنا فيه على countable and uncountable. هذا كله تبع unit 4. Okay. So here in unit 5, let's talk a little bit about homes and shops. Okay. So let's start here with some places in the town or in the country. Okay. So in this box, we have some places in the town or in the country. So let's read these words. Tick the words you know. فلو الكلمة تعرفوها كويس. لو ما نعرفوهاش مثلا خلوا تحتها خط. We will mark it. So we have a square, a park, a market, a bus station, a lake, a beach, the sea, a river, a museum, an airport, mountains, the road, a cafe, a bar, a shop, a flat, or you can say apartment. We have a house, a hotel, a bed and breakfast. Okay, which of these words is new? For example, when we say square, what do we mean by square? Do we mean square or do we mean circle, triangle, or does it mean something else? Square. What do you think when we say square?
مربع.
Okay, but remember, Rashid, that we are talking about places in town or in the city or in the country. We're not talking about shapes. عرفت الفكرة؟
Yes.
فهذا كلهم بيكونوا في السيتي. الأشياء هذه احنا نلقاها in the city. So what do you think a square is? What do you think? What is a square? Who knows what square means? من اللي يقدر يعرف عنه؟ Najat, do you know square? Hello, تسمع فيها صوتي واضح ولا مش مسموع؟
نسمع فيك.
Okay, square. بالك سميحة. Do you know square?
I think it's like
we
a
say
place for
a place for okay, for example, do you know the red square in Moscow? Have you heard of the red square in Moscow? And in Tripoli we have the green square سابقا.
Yes.
Yeah.
ميدان.
Yes, ميدان يعني.
Yes.
الترجمة الحرفية.
All right. So a square is like it's like a space in the city which is usually open, right? And it's public, so people can walk in the square. Maybe they can have, I don't know, walk with their friends, take photos, sit down. Okay. It's usually a square is usually the central area in the city. Okay. It's usually the center of the city. So square. اللي هو بالعربي شنو بتكون square؟ ميدان أو ساحة. أوكي بالضبط، هي هذه الفكرة. أوكي خلينا نشوفوا بعدين. عندنا park، أعتقد كلكم تعرفوا park. أوكي. What's the difference between a market and a shop? خلينا نشوفوا. Salu, can you tell us what's the difference between a market and a shop? شنو الفرق؟ أعطيك فرصة تجاوبي. معنا. Can you tell us the difference between a market and a shop? Is there a difference? Or is it the same? What about you, Rashid? ممكن أنت تشرح لنا. What's the difference between a market and a shop?
Maybe market for food and.
Okay, maybe a market is for food, and what about a shop?
The shop maybe.
عليكم السلام. And the shop?
Maybe for computers, mobile.
Okay, this is a good answer. Okay. Do you agree, Samiha? Do you think that's right? The difference between a market and the shop? Or do you think maybe there's another difference? Or do you think they are the same, market and shop?
I think so.
The same?
For food and shop for clothes or.
Okay. Kilani, what do you think? What's the difference between a market and the shop?
Market, I don't know.
Okay, don't worry, because there's an exercise in page 132, so we'll do it together. So even if these words are new, no problem. Okay. Bus station. Everybody knows bus station, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's clear. Bus station. What's the difference between bus station and a station? What do you think the difference is?
Station for just
for bus.
Correct.
Station for cars or.
Station. Station
for what?
For gas.
For gas.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe petrol station, gas station, or maybe what else? Something like a bus. but bigger and faster.
Uh,
Train?
yeah.
Metro.
Yeah, train station, metro station, correct? That's correct. Okay, lake. Does everybody know what a lake is in English?
Yes. Mm.
What's the difference between a lake and the sea?
The sea,
Small,
salt water, and
small
lake,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
normal water.
yes, so the lake is normal water or sweet water, but for example, a lake is salt water, right? Usually for here in Arabic we say sweet water, but in English they say fresh water. Fresh. What does it mean, fresh water? It means you can drink it, right? So fresh in English means the opposite of salt water, okay? Fresh water is salt water. Correct. And another difference, Samiha, can you think of another difference between lake and sea?
Lake, it is small size, and
Yes, correct.
it is
Usually,
in one country, I think. But sea is separated two countries, or
maybe that's true. Yes, maybe a lake is in one country, but a sea is maybe with many countries have the same sea. All right.
The lake, maybe you found it in the mountains or in the Sahara.
Okay. What do we call a lake in the desert? It has a special name. A lake in the desert. Do you know what the name of a lake in the desert is? What does it mean? A lake in the desert. اللي هي بالعربي كلمة واحة. شو نقولوا لها الواحة؟ Can we say lake or is there another word?
No.
All right, there's another word. We say oasis. Oasis. So an oasis is like a lake in the desert, right? So a lake in the desert is called an oasis. Oasis. All right. Do we have this in Libya? An oasis? Do we have an oasis in Libya?
Yes, many.
Yeah.
yes.
South
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the south of Libya we have many oases. All right, okay. So lake, تعرفها. The beach, a beach, I think it's clear. The sea is clear. A river,
Yes.
is it clear? River?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. A museum, I think you know museum.
Yes.
An airport.
Yes.
Mountains also, I think you know mountains. A road, a cafe, a bar, a shop. So we still don't know the difference between a shop and a market. Okay, a flat. Do you know what a flat is?
No.
All right. Who can explain what a flat is in English? Kilani, can you explain to Rashid what is a flat? And what's the difference between a house and a flat? What do you think the difference is between house and flat?
Flat and house.
Yes, what's the difference?
Flat. A flat smaller than house.
Okay, this is one thing. A flat is usually smaller than a house. This is one difference. What else? Any other differences? Do you know any differences, Samiha, between a flat and a house? Salu, do you know? Our new quiet student.
Maybe the flat you found it in the center of the.
Where? What do you think, Samiha? Do you know the difference between a flat and a house? I don't know if she's there. Okay, no problem. We can check it in the exercise because there's a.
In the flat, we have elevator.
We have an elevator. Okay. But if a house has maybe 2 floors, you can use an elevator too, right?
Mm.
But usually a house doesn't have an elevator. You're right. Usually flats are in the same building, right? Let's see if Najat can answer. Najat, are you there? Can you hear us? Are you there? She's connecting to the audio. I think she has poor connection. Can you hear us, Najat? Okay, don't worry, no problem. Okay, so what about a hotel? Everybody knows a hotel?
Yes.
Yes.
What about a bed and breakfast? Have you heard of this word, a bed and breakfast? Do you know what it means, a bed and breakfast? What do you think it means when we say a bed and breakfast?
For you found it between the station.
Between stations?
Yes.
What can you do in bed and breakfast? What I mean, how do people use bed and breakfast usually? What do they do in a bed and breakfast?
Maybe they go a long road and they want to rest.
Very good idea. I think you're right. This is almost 100% correct, Rashid. Yes. So do you think hotels and bed and breakfasts, are they similar or different or the same or completely different? What do you think?
Again, the question.
Okay, the question, do you think hotels and bed and breakfasts, are they similar or are they very different? What do you think?
Similar, not big difference.
Not big difference?
Some
Maybe.
idea, I think.
Okay. Also, what Rashid said is correct. Usually people use them to rest. So, but what about hotels? Can we use hotels for rest? To rest?
No, it's expensive more.
Correct. You're right, Rashid. Yes. A hotel is usually more expensive than bed and breakfast. Yes. This is another one of the differences. You're right. Okay,
But
okay.
another thing is, I think they use a hotel as for rest.
Yes, you're right. You're right, Samiha. Even hotel, if you have enough money, you can use it to rest. Yeah, you can stay. You can stay a day if you're having a long trip in a car, for example, or maybe a plane, and you have a transit flight, right? The next day or after 1 day or maybe 2 days, your transit flight, you can rest in a hotel for 1 day.
Yes.
Right? So we can use. You can also use hotels for rest, but maybe bed and breakfast, like Rashid said, is cheaper. Okay, so let's continue. Let's check. Let's go to exercise 131, the page. Let's do these exercises. Let's find the difference between a market and a shop, and the difference between a hotel and bed and breakfast. Okay, do you see this exercise? So here, I'd like you to match. Maybe you can zoom in a little bit. Let's see if I can zoom in a little more. I think we can zoom in even a little more. I think that's about it. Maybe a little more. Let's see. Okay, I don't think we can zoom more than this. All right, so we can see the pictures. We have pictures from A to T. All right, so أنا في رأيي I think it's better if we start with the easy ones, okay? بدل ما تمشوا بالترتيب تعطلوا روحكم. Maybe choose the easy ones وبعدين الثانيات واحدة واحدة, okay? So let's look at the pictures. Which ones are the easy ones from the picture? Choose the letter. It's easier if you choose the letter.
B.
What's B?
Airport.
Airport, correct. Do we have airport? I don't think we have airport. We have airport. Okay, good, Rashid. So B معناها نحطها for number 11. So this is airport quiz, okay? Can you choose another easy one?
L.
G.
Okay. Okay, let's for each one we use خنديروا على نحطوا علامة باش نثبتها. So we don't use it again. Okay, L. What's L?
A bus station.
Okay, correct. You're right, Samiha. L is a bus station. So here,
G.
let's put L in front of bus station. What's G?
C.
What's C?
The C.
C. Are you sure? I don't think so.
G.
G.
G
What's
is-
G? Did you
No,
say C or G?
G. G.
G is? What's G?
Yes. The C.
All right. Do you agree with Kilani? Do you think he's right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And B, it's the beach.
And which one is the beach? P.
P.
P is the beach. Where is P? I agree with you. I think you're right. P is the beach. Okay, let's cross the ones we used so we don't use them again. So we use this, we use this. Okay, what else?
J is mountain.
J is mountains. Do you think Samiha is right? J is mountains. Is she
Yes.
right? Okay.
No,
so-
no.
No? J is...
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. So J, we did J. J is mountain.
O
E,
is
the
road.
Oh, road.
O is a road. Okay. So O for the road. Let's choose O for the road. Number 13 is O. Okay. What else?
R is the river.
R is a river. Is this correct?
I think.
What do you think, guys? Selu, hi. Can you join us? شاركينا حتى انتي. سكتة. All right. تسمع هنا معنا.
E.
خلنا نعطي فرصة للمشترك الجديد. Hi, Selu. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. What is D? What do you think D is?
D is house.
Okay. Is her answer correct? Is it a house? D. What do you
Yes.
think?
Yes.
I think you're right. Okay. Okay. شاركينا بقديش بسكتك. Okay. So D is correct. Okay. What is
Square is S, I think.
where's square? Okay.
S
What?
or C? I don't. Not
Okay.
sure.
What about I? What's I?
Train station.
Right. A train
Station.
station. وبالنسبة للtrain station نقولها station
Station.
وخلاص.
Yes.
All right. That's right, Kilani. So I is a station or maybe a train station.
Square.
Which one is square? Am I square?
T. T, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Okay. What's H? Let's see Selo here. What's H here? What do you see in front of you here? In picture H.
A shop.
Okay, so this is a shop, or is it a market?
No, A market.
Shop.
It's a shop. So H is a shop, and where's the market?
A.
A is the market. So what's the difference between shop and market? What's the difference?
shop for clothes.
A shop is for clothes, okay, but a market
To food.
for food, correct?
Every
This is one of the differences, صح؟ واحدة من الفروقات. But can we buy food from a shop?
No.
No. Okay. What about which one is indoors and which one is outdoors?
indoors shop.
Okay.
Outdoor.
Okay. This is actually one of the most important differences between a market and a shop. A market is usually outdoors, open. But a shop is usually indoors. It's in a building, it's closed. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
But in markets, sometimes you can buy clothes in a market. Maybe there's discount. Maybe it's Souk Jum'ah. Souk Jum'ah, you can buy clothes in the market, right? So
Yes.
the most important thing, I think it's indoors, outdoors. This is usually the difference between a shop and a market. Okay, good. What about
F flat.
F flat?
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree with Samiha? Do you think that's right?
Yes.
Correct. So F is
Okay.
flat. And
Okay. Bed and breakfast.
K is,
Bed and breakfast.
all right. Do you agree with him? Do you think Kilani is right?
Where?
He said that K is
Yes.
bed and breakfast. B and
Yes.
B, right? B and B, bed and breakfast.
Yes.
All right, okay. But now, can you see the difference between house, D, and F flat? Okay, let's ask Salo here. What do you think the difference is between a house and a flat? What's the difference? Can you see that? House and flat. So house is D and flat is F. What's the difference? What do you think? Can you tell us the difference, Salo?
No.
No? Okay, who can help her? What about you, Samiha? How would you describe the difference?
Same.
House ground floor.
Okay, one of the difference, house is ground floor. Okay, Samiha, what about the flat?
Many flats in same building, I think.
Very good, this is very important. Usually flat is only one floor, or maybe one floor has 2 or 3 or 4 flats. And then you have the building has many flats, right?
Many flats. Yes.
So this is another big difference. Correct. Okay, good.
Lake.
C, a lake. What do you think? Is she right? Do you think, Rashid, is she correct? Is she right? What's C? Okay, Rashid is disconnected. Okay, Kilani, do you agree? Do you think C is a lake? What do you think? Okay, Salu, C, do you think this is a lake? Or maybe C? B, I mean, a river. Do you think this is a river or a lake? She's quiet. All right, okay, so it's a lake. A river, we didn't answer river. River is R, but I didn't write it, but you answered it, you're right. Okay, what do we have left? We have N, we have M, we have S, we have T. Yes, Samiha, which one do you want to answer? We have E.
S.
What's S?
A park.
S, a park. Maybe you're right. Rashid, do you think S is a park? Is she right or not right?
Right.
Okay, so S is a park.
M museum.
M, museum, yes.
Museum.
I think you're
M
right.
hotel.
M, motel. Do we have motel in the list? Ah, you mean N. N is a hotel.
U is cafe.
And E is cafe.
Yes.
Yes.
E or Q?
Q is
Q
bar.
Q bar.
Q bar.
Q a bar, E cafe. Okay, so Salo is right. So E is a cafe. E is a cafe. And let's write E here.
M museum.
M is a museum. You're right. M is a museum. So we used E.
T square.
T is a square.
T is a square.
Yep.
I agree. So E and M is a museum.
T.
T. So M museum.
Square.
And square is T. Square is T. Where is square? The beginning. Okay, so square is T. And then we have, we didn't write bed and breakfast. So bed and breakfast is K. Let's put K. Hotel, Rashid says it's N. I think he's right. I think we answered all of them, yeah? Did we answer all of them? Square, yes, we
15.
answered all. We still have bar, just Q. And Q is the bar, the last one. So let's write Q. Okay, so these are all places we can find in the city, right? All of these are different places we can find in the city or in the town or maybe in the country. Okay, so square, park, market, bus station, station. You can say train station. So we also saw the difference between a lake, beach, sea, river. I think the main thing we answered is the difference between a bed and breakfast and a hotel. You see the difference? So a bed and breakfast is usually smaller, and a bed and breakfast is like a house. It's owned by a family,
Hotel
right?
and building.
It's B&B, yes, but with bed and breakfast, it's like a family, and you pay for your room and bed, right? And it's like a hotel, but it's cheaper. Maybe it's like a 2 or 3 star hotel. Do you understand? But it's usually, it belongs to a family. It's not a company. It's not like hotels.
زي الاستراحة.
زي الاستراحة نوعا ما، لكن عادة تكون مع، يعني هو زي النزل، نوع من النزل هو البريد اند بريكفاست، يعني موجود بكثرة في أوروبا. مختلف طبعا عن الهوتيلات. Usually hotels in Europe are very big companies زي Sheraton, زي Intercontinental, زي Four Seasons، زي شنو ثاني في مجموعة يعني. فهم عادة مملوكات شركات كبيرة وعادة يكون كبير وعندهم رينج 5 ستار 4 ستار حسب يعني. لكن bed and breakfast عادة يكون يعني النزل هذا أو الاستراحة ملك لعائلة واحدة يعني. You get the idea. ويبدأ مثلا يأجروا في الديار للضيوف. So this is the idea. All right. So we saw the difference between a market and a shop. So this is another important difference between market and shop. Okay. So we can go back now. Let's go back. Let's remove this. I think we were in 38, page 38. All right. So we talked about the different places in the city or the country. So these are some of the places we talked about. So in part B, the question is, which 4 things from number 1A are important to you where you live and where you go to holiday? Okay, so we have two parts of the question. So let's talk about the things we think are important when we go on holiday, and what about the things which are important when we are still at home in our own country or in our own city. So we want to talk about 2 things: important places where you live and important places where you go on holiday. Okay, so let's listen to Najat. Can you hear us? معنا نجاة. Are you there? ممكن الصوت بتاعك ما يشتغلش. Okay, I think you have a problem with your sound. Let me type to her. Okay, let's start with where's Samiha? She's offline too.
I'm here, Doctor.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I didn't see your name. Okay. So, Doctor, tell us, what do you think are the important things in a town, or the important places in a town or in a city where you live? For example, in your own city, which of these places do you think is important? Even if you don't have it, but you think you should have it, your city should have these things. What are they?
I think a hotel. A hotel.
A hotel is important in a city, correct?
Important for our country.
Okay. Anything else?
A stations.
Okay.
I think it's important. An airport.
And also an airport. What about a city that you want to visit as holiday? For example, if you want to go on holiday, what of these places do you think is important for you for holiday?
I think also a hotel and the sea.
What about shops?
A square.
A square.
Yes, also shop. That's the main
Museums.
thing.
Do you think museums are very important?
Not very important. No, not very important for me.
All right. Okay, good answer. Okay, let's listen to. Okay, Kilani, what about you? What do you think? What are the important things here for you in your own city, or things that you think you should have in your city?
A shop, a market,
Okay.
A cafe, and a road.
Right. Okay. And what about when you're on holiday?
The sea.
The sea.
A bed and breakfast. A shop also.
All right. Okay. Okay. What about you? Anything else?
No. That's.
All right. Okay. Salo here. Can you tell us what you think? Which of these places do you think is important for you in your city? Which of these things do you like in your city? If you have any of these things, what do you think? All right, I think we need to move on. Okay, Rashid, what about you, Rashid? You can tell us. Which of these places do you think is important in your city to have in your city, and which of these do you think are important in holiday, when you go on holiday? What do you think? All right, he's also not there, Rashid. All right, no problem. We can move on. Are you there, Rashid? Yes, hi.
Yes.
I think you were on mute.
Yes.
All right, can you tell me which of these things do you think is important in your city? And also tell me why you think these are important in your city.
A market for you take it home.
Okay. Why is a market important? For what?
For food.
Okay, for food.
And the shop.
Okay. And the shop?
The shop important for clothes and maybe tools.
Okay, tools to bring things home. Okay, I think maybe the book will disconnect a little bit. I just need to send your classmate a quick. Can you still see the book?
I have a book.
No.
Okay, no, you can't see the book. Okay, just a second. I need to send the link again to Hana. I think she's having a problem signing in. Okay, you can continue, Rashid. What about holiday? Which places do you think are important when you go on holiday?
holiday a bed and breakfast. A bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast is important. Okay. What else? What else is important in your opinion?
And hotel and market.
Okay, a hotel and market. Why do you want a market in your when you go on holiday?
Hotel, museum.
You have a market at home. Do you need another market?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry I'm keeping you waiting, but because last time she missed a lesson because of this, so okay. Does everybody have electricity or no electricity?
No electricity.
We have.
Okay, you have electricity, Samiha, Kilani. What about you?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. I have electricity now too, but the internet is not very good. Najat, can you hear us? Are you there? Hello, Najat. I think you have an internet problem, Najat. Do you have electricity?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So let's continue. I think I sent her the link. It should work now. Okay. Let's get back. Let me get the camera working again. Is my voice clear? Is my connection okay or not okay?
Okay.
It's okay. All right. Just the camera is not working. Let's get back to the camera. 28. I think it should work now. Okay, let's continue. So we were talking about important places in the city. Okay, let's continue. We have a listening here. Look at the photos. Which is a big city, which is from a small town? Okay. Okay, let's look at the photos first. Okay. Do you see these? Do you see the first photo here? Can you see it?
Yes.
Big city.
Auckland.
Auckland. Do you think it's a big city?
Yes.
Why? Why do you think it's a big city?
The building, I think.
The buildings in the background, maybe the skyline.
Yes.
All right, maybe. What about this second picture, Keswick? What do you think?
I think village.
No.
Village.
A village? Do you think this is a village?
Or
Yes.
small town.
Small.
Small? Do you think it's a small
A
place?
village, yeah.
Maybe. Okay. What about this city? Iris or here in
Small city.
do you think this is a small town, maybe, or a small
Yes.
city?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Okay. So we are going to listen to the story.
Town, yeah.
Yeah, okay, small town. We're going to listen to, it says, listen to these sentences from 3 conversations about the places in the photos, okay? So I want you to check these 9 sentences. I'm going to play the listening now. And I want you to focus, I want you to pay attention to the stressed words, okay? So every word that has a little circle, this is a stressed word, okay? So I want you to pay attention to this and let me play it and then we will answer the question. So let's play, so we want, what do we want? We want 5.1, exercise 5.1.
Recording 4.1.
Hi, I'd like a tuna salad, please.
Morning, Kevin.
Hi, Andy.
Toast.
Our flat.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, let's start cooking.
Actually, it's time for my break.
Okay, this is the one now, I think.
Recording 5.1.
Okay, so again, let me explain the question. So we are going to hear, or we're going to listen to these 9 sentences. Of course, these 9 sentences they are about the 3 photos, okay? So again, let me show you the photos again. So about Auckland, Keswick, and the 3rd town or village or whatever, which is this one. And this is Iris or Iris, or I forgot the pronunciation. Anyway, so we will listen to these 9 sentences talking about these places, and I want you to pay attention to the stress on the words, okay? So let's listen.
1,
There's a beautiful lake near the town.
2,
There's only one road.
3,
There are lots of things to do in the evening.
4,
Is there a hotel?
5,
There are lots of mountains.
6,
And there aren't any restaurants.
7,
There's a nice beach.
8,
Are there any cheap places to stay?
9.
There isn't a park near our flat.
Okay. So like I said, all 9 sentences, they talk about the 3 photos, the 3 places in the photos. But before we listen more to the stories and the places, let's answer this question in part B. It says, are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and negatives, are they usually stressed or unstressed? What do you think? Let me underline all the stressed words first, okay? We have this, we have this.
Stress.
Okay. So they are asking nouns, adjectives, and verbs, and also
Stress.
we have negatives. Are they usually stressed or unstressed in these examples?
Stressed.
Stress.
Yes, exactly. So in all these examples, if you have a noun or a verb or an adjective or a negative, it's stressed, right?
Yeah.
اوكي معناها شو نخلوهم؟ واحد سؤال يسأل روحه شو نخلو كان هذا كلهم stressed. What are the unstressed? This is for me important. Which part are unstressed? شنو الحاجات اللي ما داروا لهمش stress هنا؟
Pronouns.
Pronouns. Pronouns. وما فيش هو pronouns هنا حعرف ما فيش he it they subject pronouns معناش. What about words like there is, there are there, any, to, in the شنو نسموا فيهم هذا؟ The, near. What's near?
Adverb.
I think it's an adverb, near, right? What about in the? When we say in the evening, evening is stressed, but in the it's not stressed. What's in and what's the?
Preposition.
Okay, in, yeah, in is a preposition. What about the? It's an article, right?
Yes.
So we have the and we have a. When we say is there a hotel, a is not stressed.
And verb to be.
Verb to be is also not stressed. We have are, auxiliaries. Yeah? معناها أي auxiliary ماهوش stressed. Where's flat? Yeah, near our صح عندنا pronoun. لكن هذا مش pronoun هو possessive adjective ممكن أكتر. صح ولا؟
ما نطقهاش.
Our flat لأنها مش stressed. Our possessive adjective وحتى هي unstressed. Okay, so this means possessive adjectives, prepositions حروف الجر, articles اللي هم زي the ولا a ولا an, وعندنا حتى اللي هم هذوما theirs, there is, there are, unstressed حتى هي, وعندنا verb to be اللي يعتبر ضمن شنو verb to be يعتبر auxiliary verb فعل مساعد صح؟ unstressed حتى هو كان في الأمثلة هذه. لاحظوا حتى number 7. Can you read number 7? There's هي there is is هذه ولا there are جزئية are unstressed. Okay, is it clear here? Now I have another question. Why are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and negatives? Why are they stressed? Who can tell me the reason? Why are they stressed? In your opinion? شنو السبب؟ وعلاش الحاجة الثانية مش stressed?
It's important to understand.
Correct, because nouns, adjectives, verbs are important for the meaning of the sentence, right? The same thing with negatives, because when you use a negative, it has to be clear to show that this is the opposite, right? Okay, so this is just an idea about sentence stress. يعني مجرد يبوكم تنتبهوا أن في حاجات اللي فيهم معنى أو فيهم أهمية. Of course, they stress them. If it's not very important, maybe it's not stressed. All right, so we are going to listen to 3 conversations, A, B, and C, okay? And we want to match them. We want to match these conversations with the photo. So maybe photo Auckland, Keswick, or Iris here, okay? So let's listen. Which person talks about, these are 3 things, where he lives or where she lives now, where his family lives or her family lives, and where he goes or where she goes on holiday. Okay, so in this question, what they want you to do is, we are going to hear 3 conversations. We want to match A, B, C to 1, 2, 3. So we want to say which conversation talks about family, which conversation talks about where he lives or she lives now, and which one talks about holiday. Is it clear? Do you get the idea?
Yes.
Yeah? Nijat, Samiha, is it clear? Rashid? Do you understand the
Yes.
question? Okay. All right, so let's start the listening.
Recording 5.2. Conversation A.
Do you know any good places to go on holiday in England?
Well, we always go to Keswick in the Lake District. It's lovely.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a beautiful lake near the town and it's a good place for walking. There are lots of mountains.
It sounds great. Are there any cheap places to stay?
Yes, there are. B&Bs are quite cheap.
B&Bs?
Bed and breakfasts.
Oh, right. What was the name of the town again?
Conversation B.
Where are you from, Vanessa?
I'm from a small village in Ireland called Iries. My family still lives there.
Is it nice?
Yes, it's beautiful. It's by the sea, and there's only one road. And all the houses are different colours.
It sounds nice. Is there a hotel?
No, there isn't. And there aren't any restaurants. But there are 3 or 4 little shops.
And where in Ireland is it?
Conversation C.
Hi, Aunt Rosie.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
And how's life in New Zealand? Do you like living in Auckland?
Oh, yes. I love it here. There are lots of things to do in the evening and lots of great restaurants.
And where's your new flat?
It's in a place called Mission Bay. There's a nice beach here and the people are very friendly. I play football with a group of New Zealanders every weekend.
Oh, great. And do you still go running?
Yes, of course. There isn't a park near our flat, but I run on the beach every morning. And how are things with you and Uncle Frank?
Okay. So, which conversation talked about where he lives now or where she lives now? Which conversation? A, B, or C?
C.
Okay,
B.
correct. No,
C.
I think C is correct because the last one, the man, the boy, he talked about where he's living now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So number 1 is C. And what about which one? It says here, where his family. Which one talks about the family? One of them. Is it the one about Keswick or the one about Iries?
Iris.
Iris.
Yes, the girl from Iries. What did she say? She said her family still lives there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
All right, so this means number 1 is C. The boy talked about Auckland. This is where he lives. Number 2, this is B. And number 3 is A. Let me write it. Okay, so this is C, conversation C. This is conversation B. This is conversation A. All right, what about the photos? The last boy, he talked, which city does he live in? Where does he live, the boy?
In New Zealand.
Correct, in New Zealand. And which city is in New Zealand? Auckland, Keswick, or Iries? Which one is in New Zealand?
Auckland.
Auckland. Yeah, Auckland is in New Zealand. Correct. Okay, and which city does her parents live in, the girl?
Iris.
In Iries, correct.
Ireland.
Yes, and this village is in Ireland. The village is in Ireland, correct. And where does the woman who spoke in the first conversation, where does she go to holiday? Where? In
England.
Yes, in England, and this place is called Keswick. It's a place, it's a city or town in England. That's correct. Hi, Hannah, can you hear us? Hello, are you there? Hannah is not hearing. Keswick, okay? All right, so we're going to listen again, okay? Look again at sentences 1 to 9. Are they about Auckland, Keswick, or Iris? Okay, so let's check the 9 sentences. And let's write A, B, C, okay? If it's from Keswick, we will write A. If it's from Iris, B. If it's from Auckland, C, okay? And then, of course, we can listen again to check. So what about number 1? There's a beautiful lake near the town. Which one is this?
C. A.
Correct. Keswick, right?
Keswick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is A. Let's write A. Okay. What about number 2? There's only one road.
C.
Is it B, or is it C?
C.
Yeah. B.
Yes, it's B. Because it's
B.
Yes, it's a small village. Okay, very good. There's, of course, we can check them from the listening. So don't worry if you make mistakes. What about number 3? There are lots of things to do in the evening.
C.
Okay, do you agree? Samiha, do you think that's right? Hannah, can you hear us? Hello, Hannah? Are you there? Okay, sorry. Number 3. Number 3, it's Kilani said C. Is that correct? Rashid, do you agree with Kilani?
Hello.
Hi, Ahlan. How are you today?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? تسمع فينا؟
Yes.
Okay, شكلهم جماعة عندهم مشكلة في النت. Okay, so number 3, Kilani said C. Let's write C. What about number 4, Rashid? Is there a hotel?
Yes.
B.
B, all right. What about, there are lots of mountains?
A.
A.
B.
A, B, or C? Is it Keswick? Is it Iris or Auckland?
A.
Keswick, okay.
B, maybe.
Maybe B?
Maybe.
No.
All right. Okay. So you think it's A. Let's write A in front of a number. Of course, we are going to listen again, so you can check all of this. What about number 6? There aren't any restaurants. Where is this? There aren't any restaurants.
B.
B? Is it
A.
Is it Iris or is it Keswick or Auckland? Which one doesn't have restaurants?
I'm not very sure.
You're not sure?
Maybe A.
Yes. Maybe A?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about number 7? There's a nice beach. Which one is this? Which one has a nice beach?
C, maybe.
Maybe C. Maybe Auckland?
Yes.
All right. So maybe Auckland. What about, are there any cheap places to stay? Which one is this?
B.
A.
Is it A or is it B? What do you think, Samiha?
C.
C? It's A or B or C, one of them. There's no D. So which C maybe Auckland. All right, I'm not sure, but let's choose. I'm going to write your answers and then we can check, so don't worry. All right, what about the last one? There isn't a park near our flat.
C.
C. Okay, so the boy was talking about Auckland and he said, maybe you're right. Okay, so these are your answers. Let's check. Let's check again in the listening. Let's go back a little bit. نرجع شوية ونشوف.
So that's eggs, sausages, toast, jam and tea. Right. Okay, let's start cooking. Actually, it's time for my break.
Okay, here we are. Okay. بيبدأ. Let's check your answers. كان في حاجة لازم تغيير طب غيرها. Let's listen.
Recording 5.1. 1.
There's a beautiful lake near the town.
2.
There's only one road.
Okay, أنا عودت اللي قبلها.
5.
There are lots of mountains.
6.
And there aren't any restaurants.
7.
There's a nice beach.
8.
Are there any cheap places to stay?
9.
There isn't a park near our flat.
Recording 5.2.
Okay, هنا تسمع في الصوت واضح عندك ولا مش واضح؟ هنا Can you hear us? سميحة?
Yes.
Okay, is it clear? Can you hear? Can you hear the listening?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so again, we are going to listen to part 5.2. We're going to listen to 3 people talking about their cities. احنا جاوبنا الجزء الأول. اتفقنا أن الشخص المتكلم الأول اللي هو conversation A هيتكلم عليه كازك. Okay؟ على الصورة هذه. السبيكر نمبر 2 الثانية البنية الثانية هتتكلم عليه هي Iris. Okay? So conversation B is going to talk about Iris. And the last conversation آخر واحدة هيتكلم عليه Auckland. تمام. فهذا جزء جاوبناه. لكن الجزء اللي فضل اللي هو the next question or question number 5. In question number 5 we want to match the questions الأسئلة هذه اللي جت عشوائية نبغى نديرها لكل conversation. Okay? Is it clear? Okay? So let's listen.
Conversation A.
Do you know any good places to go on holiday in England?
Well, we always go to Keswick in the Lake District. It's lovely.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a beautiful lake near the town and it's a good place for walking. There are lots of mountains.
It sounds great. Are there any cheap places to stay?
Yes, there are. B&Bs are quite cheap.
B&Bs?
Bed and breakfasts.
Oh, right. What was the name of the town again?
Conversation B.
Where are you from, Vanessa?
I'm from a small village in Ireland called Iris. My family still lives there.
Is it nice?
Yes, it's beautiful. It's by the sea, and there's only one road. And all the houses are different colours.
It sounds nice. Is there a hotel?
No, there isn't. And there aren't any restaurants. But there are 3 or 4 little shops.
And where in Ireland is it?
Conversation C.
Hi, Aunt Rosie.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
And how's life in New Zealand? Do you like living in Auckland?
Oh, yes. I love it here. There are lots of things to do in the evening and lots of great restaurants.
And where's your new flat?
It's in a place called Mission Bay. There's a nice beach here and the people are very friendly. I play football with a group of New Zealanders every weekend.
Oh, great! And do you still go running?
Yes, of course. There isn't a park near our flat, but I run on the beach every morning. And how are things with you and Uncle Frank?
Okay. The answers, are they all correct, or maybe we need to change a few things?
No.
They're all correct?
No.
No.
رقم 6 غلط.
رقم 6 there aren't any restaurants. من اللي يتكلم عليها هذه there aren't any restaurants?
يعني
Okay, but is it A or is it B or is it C? أنا نقصد بنتكلم عليها في recording.
It's B.
Correct. صح. Iris, the girl who talked about Iris, she said that there aren't any restaurants. معناها صح كلامك يا راشد. Okay, معناها بنديروها B. There aren't any restaurants. This is B. Good. There's a nice beach. هذه طبعا من الأول كانت صح. Okay. Any other things we have to change? What about there's only one road? Lots of things to do in the evening. Are there any cheap places to stay? Number 8, is it correct? What do you think, Kilani?
Yes.
Maybe A.
Correct. Number 8 is from A. Number 8 is A. Okay? It's not C. So let's change it. Number 8 is A. Number 8 is A. Number 8 the hospital. Number 8 is A, and there's a nice beach. This is A. No, is it A? There are any cheap places
C.
C, sorry, yes. Okay. Sorry, Rashid?
I didn't speak.
You didn't speak? Okay, I thought you spoke. Strange things are happening with the connection today. Okay, so there are cheap. This is number 8 is number 8 is B, right? A. Number 8 is A. علاش نحيتها صح. There's a nice beach. هذه لي C. A, and then we have C. And this is C. نكتبها واضحات. A and C. Okay. All right. So we finished number 5, and we learned a little bit about these 3 places: Auckland, Keswick, and Iris. Okay. In part C, we have question C. It says, work in groups. Which place would you like to visit and why? All right, let's start with Kilani. Which place would you like to visit? Which one? Which one would you like to go to? Would you like to go to Auckland, Keswick, or Iris?
Auckland. Auckland, because there are lots of things to do in the evening.
Okay.
And there's a nice beach also.
So, okay. What about you, Rashid? Do you agree with him, or would you like to go somewhere else?
No, I agree with him.
Okay. So that's interesting. For me, I think I'd like maybe to try, I'd like to visit Keswick, maybe.
Why?
Because I think it looks like a beautiful place, lots of nature. There's a lake, there are lots of trees and mountains. And also with a place like Keswick, you don't have to stay a long time, right? Maybe just 4 days, 3 days, have some fun, and you can go to somewhere else. But maybe with a place like Auckland, because it's a big city, so if you stay a short time, maybe you cannot explore it, right? Because there are too many things to do. So maybe you need a longer time to discover all of the good places.
Yes.
All right, what about you, Samiha? Are you busy or can you talk? Are you there? I think she's busy today. Hi, Hannah. معنا هنا. Hello, هنا. تسمعيني؟
معك معك.
Okay. السؤال هذا نشوفك. If you want to choose, لو نعرضوا عليك 3 أماكن, 3 places, okay? Would you like to go to Auckland in this photo, in photo number 1, or Keswick in photo number 2, or would you like to go here in Iris, in this town? Which place would you like to visit? أما هي اللي تفضلها. Auckland, Keswick, or Iris? Which place would you like to visit, Hannah? And why? Hello, تسمعي فينا? Hello, hello, hello. I think she has very bad internet today. Okay, no problem. Let's go on to our next question. Work in pair, work in groups. Which place would you like to visit? Which place is the most popular? I think the most popular place is حسب الاختيار هنا كان راشد وكيلاني الزوز اختاروا أوكلاند. فبين أن هذا most popular place عندنا اللي هو أوكلاند. تمام. يجينا السؤال why do you think Auckland is the most popular place? هنا توفيق جانا احنا في مجموعتنا. Why is it the most popular place? Kilani قال because there are many interesting things to do. Rashid agrees. Is there anything else? Any other reasons why this is an interesting place? The beach.
Maybe
because
Mm-hmm.
there's a hotel.
There's
A hotel.
There's a hotel. Yes. Because in Keswick and Iris there are no hotels, right? In Keswick and Iris.
Yes, and many shops.
Many shops and restaurants.
Many clubs.
Many clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Keswick and Iris there is nothing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to question number 7. There is and there are. Let's talk a little bit about there is and there are. Okay, so it says here, fill in the tables with is or is. Here, of course, the short form. Are, isn't, or aren't. So we have 5 options. خلنا نشرح عليهم ال5 خيارات. 5 options to answer. We have the S, we have is, we have are, we have isn't, and we have aren't. So we want to use all of these to fill the table, to complete the table. All right. So let's complete the table. Here we have positive. Okay, Rashid, what do we use for number 1?
there is.
All right. Do we say there is or can we use theirs?
There's.
All right. Okay. So let's use theirs. Okay. What about the negative? What do you think? Uh-huh.
There is.
There isn't.
There isn't. Yes.
Isn't.
Correct. So we have there isn't. What about in the question, Rashid? How do we make a question? In the singular طبعا هي بتسأل حاجة مفردة. Which one do we use? حاجة مفردة. شو بتستعمل السنجلر؟
Are there a hotel?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No. Is there a hotel?
Very good. Okay. Yes. Correct. صح. اوكي معناها الفكره العامه يا راشد كلهم اللي هم الجروب هذا the first group the singular group. This means for the singular group we always use is صح ولا؟ لاحظها is ومشتقات يعني لأنها مفرد singular. ولاحظ حتى في الأمثلة دوينا عليه شوفها. We talked about a lake, right? A beautiful lake. We didn't say lakes. قلنا lake واحدة صح ولا؟ وبعدين دوينا عليه flat واحدة. وبعدين حتى في السؤال سألنا عليه hotel واحد صح ولا؟ So all of them are singular كلها مفرد. Okay.
And use are.
Sorry?
Use are.
Yes بالضبط لأن هو singular حنستعمله اللي هو الارتكل Okay. Kilani, can you do the short answers? راشد دار لك السؤال قال لك is there a hotel؟ طب أنت بتجاوب بتقول لا. Yes.
Yes, there is.
All right. ولو ما فيش شو بتقول له؟ لو ما فيش هوتيلات شو بتقول له؟
There isn't.
All right. Very good. طيب مثلا بنسألك يعني is it okay if we use بدل ما نديروا نديروا اللي هي الإز القصيرة هذيك نقول لك مثلا yes
No.
there's.
Short answer ما يقدروش يديروا is.
بالضبط. Very good. بالضبط. All right. Very good. Okay, your turn, Rashid. Okay, now we are going to change. We're going to do the plural. All right. نغيره كل شيء بنقلبوه معنا. Okay, hey, دي the first one. Can you do the first one? Plural. There. Things. شو بنستعمله مع things يا راشد? What do we use? Plural. Restaurants. Plural.
There is
places. There. شوف الخيارات اللي فوق عندك. عندك يا ال is, يا ال are, يا ال isn't, يا ال aren't. So you can use all of these.
There is.
Can you read all of it?
There is.
Okay, كملها للأخير.
There is lots of things to do.
Okay, is this correct?
No.
Okay, what's the correct answer?
There's lots of things to do.
All right. Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. For things هل things singular ولا plural؟ هل هي جمع أو مفرد things؟ Things.
Plural.
صح plural جمع لا؟ مثلا أنت لو بندوي مثلا على الكارز نسألك مثلا لقيت عندك مش كارز يلا نقولوا لقيت عندك مجموعة قلمات باهي لقيت عندك بنسأل عليهم بنقول لك are these your pencils? Are these your pencils؟ ولا بنقول لك is this your pencils؟ شو بنقول لك؟ هل بنقول لك are these ولا is this؟ لو كانوا مجموعة أنت عندك.
Are these.
صح نسألك بنقول لك are these your pencils؟ هل هادو بتاعتك هل هادو قلمات؟
ما نسمعش فيك كويس ترى في تقطيع.
تسمع فيها توكي كلاني صوتي واضح ولا مش واضح؟ الو؟
واضح.
واضح؟ راشد تسمع فيها باهي ولا مش واضح؟
لا تو باهي.
اوكي قلت لك لو بتدوي على حاجة جمعة لو بنسألك على حاجة جمعة حنقول لك are these your pencils؟ are these فهنا انت بنستعمله بنقوله هنالك الكثير من الاشياء اللي نفعلها. تخيل راح في الرسوم ده صح ولا؟ فهنا نبغى نقوله الكثير من الاشياء فبلورال عندك صح ولا؟ والبلورال هل نقدر نستعمله لاز
معناها
بالضبط
ما نقدروش.
correct هي هذه الفكرة. there are lots of things. There are lots of things to do. There are lots of things. Plural things. بتقدر تحولها لي مفرد هذه. There are lots of things. وغيرها لي بدل things دي لأي حاجة مفردة. مثلا نبيك تقول لي هناك سيارة جميلة. كيف تقولها راشد؟
There is
صح؟
one of thing to do.
بيبدلها بثينج. هذه ثينج شويه تجي غريبه، كان نحولها للسنجلر. دير مثال على السياره، نبيك تقول لي هناك ولا هنالك سياره جديده. كيف بتقولها؟ ديرها نفس الطريقه اللي درتها تو.
There is a new car.
بالضبط. There's a new car. مثلا بتقول هنالك سياره جديده جنب حوشنا. كيف بتقولها؟
There are new car near our house.
لكن سياره واحده للسيارات، انت شو قلت لي كان؟
لا، سيارة واحدة.
تعاودها لي. Can you say it again?
There are a new car near our house.
انت كل الباقي درتها صح الا البدايه. انت شنو قلت لي؟ there شنو؟ احنا ما نبوش ندو عليه اكثر من سياره واحده. شنو قلنا المفرد تستعمل؟
There is.
very good. اوكي كملها كلها الاخيره. قول لي هناك سياره جديده جنب حوشنا.
There is a new car near our house.
excellent. ممتاز. very good. there's خلينا نكتبوا لي هذا كويس. there's a new car near our house. مش معروف مولاها مني. there's a new car near our house. there's a new car. okay كويس. very good. all right كيلاني, now we want to do negative لكن plural. negative of plural.
There aren't any restaurants.
all right very good. there aren't any restaurants. there aren't any restaurants. very nice. okay راشد, can we make a question? بدي لي question. بدي لي زي اللي درناها فوق لكن طبعا بتلتزم بالبلورال. صح؟ كمل هاي. صح.
Are there any cheap place to stay?
صح. place ولا places؟
places.
very good. يا جماعة.
نجرب الصوت.
plural. قربها شوية بموبايلك عادي. اوكي وضحت.
اوكي.
alright بقيت راح احولها لي singular. هذه how do we do it in singular؟ نفس المثال هذا بالضبط اللي هو are there any cheap places to stay. حولها للمفرد. change it to singular.
Is there any cheap place to stay?
very good. is there any cheap place to stay. طبعا لان ما هوش plural ما عادش في داعي نقولوا any. تقدر تقول وخلاص. صح ولا؟ is there a cheap place to stay. صح ولا؟ الاني لان شنو تقول القاعده؟ وما زال في جزء اخير يجاوبك لاني انك بيك تقرا القاعده يا راشد. شنو تقول؟ we use
any in negative and questions with there are.
بالضبط. معناها اني مش نستعملها مع there is ولا؟ قال لك مع there are بس. صح ولا؟ معناها لو عندك there are سواء كانت negative ولا سواء كان سؤال الزوز يمشوا فيها الاني عادي ما فيش مشكله. معناها لو عندك negative فصلها there are ولا عندك سؤال فصلها there are يمشي الحال. حط لهم any. لكن لو ما عندكش حاجه بالذير ار فوتها الاني ما تستعملهاش. اوكي. لكن مثالك كان كويس اللي هو بدل ما نقولوا are there any cheap places to stay تقدر تغيرها لي مره ثانيه singular من غير ما تستعمل الاني.
is there a place is there a cheap place to stay.
very good. is there a cheap place to stay. That's very good. and the answer Kilani, how do you answer a question like this?
Yes there are.
very good. كان ما فيش مكانات رخيصه شو بتقول؟
no they aren't.
no there aren't فيش مكانات رخيصه كلها غالي. alright وضحت هنا فكره راشد. You get the idea. So for singular بالنسبة لما طبعا هذه there is there are زي في العربي أنت تقول طبعا بالليبي إحنا ما نقولوش هناك وهنالك، بالعربي نقولوا فيه مطعم غادي، فيه مطعم كويس، فيه مطاعم، كأنك تقول فيه وخلاص، صح ولا؟ هيك تقول بالليبي. لكن لو من ترجموها بالفصحى كأنك تقول هناك، يوجد هناك، لو كان شيء مفرد، يوجد هناك بحيرة جميلة، يوجد هناك. فهذه فكرة there is اللي هي معناها يوجد هناك ولا يوجد هنالك، أنا عارف كيف بيديروها بالفصحى، لكن احنا بالليبي بنقولوا فيه وخلاص، فيه مطاعم كويسة، فيه مطعم كويس. فهمت فكرة there is there are؟
في النيجاتيف نقولوا لا ما فيش.
لا ما فيش بالضبط. في النيجاتيف تقول ما فيش مطعم كويسة هنا، ما فيش مطاعم كويسة. غير احنا بالليبي ما نفرقوش، لكن بالفصحى تعتقد في فرق، اعتقد بيكون ليس هنالك مطعم جيد، ليس هناك مطاعم جيدة، يعني بتكون في شوية فرق. ولو بتدير السؤال بالفصحى حيكون كأنك تقول هل يوجد هناك ولا هنالك مطعم جيد أو فندق رخيص؟ نعم يوجد هناك فندق، لا يوجد. عرفت؟ لكن بالليبي دي ما أسهل، ما فيش وخلاص، هي دي الفكرة. أو ممكن يسهل من هذا كله نديرها بالتونسي، تم وتل، تم ما تماش، خلاص عرفت؟ ممكن مش تتفكرها بالتونسي، أو ممكن أسهل تم ما تماش. هي هذه قصة تم ما تماش. باهي بتضبط أنت الفرق بين الجمع والمفرد، هي هذه فكرتها. alright، خلينا نديروا شوية exercises في رقم 8. بمجرد تدير فيها شوية تمارين هتصبح easy. alright، خلينا نقسموهم. معناها نعطوا we have number 3 to 8، نعطوا 3 4 5 نعطوهم لراشد، و 6 7 8 نعطوهم لكيلاني. وبعدين we can do the listening and we can check your answers. of course here لازم تنتبه يا كيلاني أو يا راشد، لازم أول حاجة بتشوف على شنو يتكلموا. أوكي، هل اللي يتكلموا عليه singular ولا plural؟ عليه تو بنساعدكم بنأشر لكم عن noun، بس مش حنقول لك لا singular plural، لكن أنت بتنتبه.
أول واحدة singular.
تمام كويس. ثانية
plural.
أوكي. الثالثة
plural.
حتى هي plural.
والرابعة
singular.
خامسة
singular.
singular.
اللي قبل الأخيرة هذه town. أنا ممكن راح نلخبط فيكم. number 6
plural.
number 6 old cinema, plural or singular?
singular.
okay. town
singular.
parks
plural.
plural.
بالضبط. هذه أول حاجة، أنت لو زبطت الشيء اللي تكلموا عليه singular ولا plural أنت حليت نص السؤال، زبطت الفكرة شنو. وبعدين بتشوف هنا هل الشيء اللي تتكلم عليه is it positive or is it negative. لو positive بتقول there is or وإلا there are، حسب اللي هو singular plural. there is there are، ما عنديش غير. ولو negative there isn't there aren't، صح ولا؟
إيه.
All right, so Rashid, you can start with number 3. Number 3 we have singular and positive. مدام ذلك الصح.
there is a big.
صح، كملها. There is a big. شنو هي الكلمة هذه؟ A big theater. صح ولا؟ شو معناها theater؟ راشد، مر عليك ولا مش مر عليك كلمة theater؟
لا مش مر علي.
Okay, theater is a place. Can you explain it, Kilani, without Arabic? Can you explain what a theater is? What do you do? What do you do in a theater? Okay, let's check Samiha. Maybe she's there. Samiha, are you still busy? Can you talk? Samiha? I think she's busy. All right. Okay, Rashida, I'll try to explain. So a theater is a place where you sit It's like the cinema, but it's live, and the actors are on the stage in front of you. It's not a screen.
مسرح.
بالضبط.
Yes.
بالضبط. جبتها 100. هي هذه مسرح. Okay. There is a big theater by the lake. تمام. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Like a presentation.
Like a presentation. ممكن. هم عادة presentation ديما على الكمبيوتر أو PowerPoint أو هيك صح ولا؟ أو projector عادة لكن بالنسبة للثياتر للعرض يقولوا له play. المسرحية نفسها يقولوا لها play.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now number 4, Rashid.
There aren't any 5 stars hotels.
Correct. There aren't any 5-star hotels. Okay, the last one, Rashid.
There are
Correct.
3 interesting mountains.
Is it mountains?
Mountains.
Mountains, are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Museums.
Okay, correct. صح. بقى انت جبت اللي الصعب جاوبته صح انت وجبت السهله لخبطتها. بقى انت اجابتك صح اهم حاجه. Okay, very good, Rashid. Excellent. Okay, so we have 6, 7, 8. Kilani, you could do them.
There's a nice old cinema.
Okay, this was cinema is singular. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Number 7.
There isn't an airport near the town.
Nice. Okay, and the last one.
There are 2 lovely parks.
Oh, okay, good. There are 2 lovely parks. Very nice. Okay, let's check this. نأكدوهم من listening. نشوفوا كلهم صح ولا لا. Let's check. Let's do the listening.
Recording 5.3. 1.
There are lots of good shops.
2.
There isn't a station.
3.
There's a big theatre by the lake.
4.
There aren't any 5-star hotels.
5.
There are 3 interesting museums.
6.
There's a nice old cinema.
7.
There isn't an airport near the town.
8.
There are 2 lovely parks.
Okay, so all of the answers are correct. Very nice. Let's check exercise 9. All right. Okay, so here we want to complete the questions. مرة هذه عندنا أسئلة. So نبغى نكملهم يا إما ب is there وإلا are there. Okay. So هنا كل واحد بيكتب إجابته. نديروا مثلا الصفحة الأولى me and my partner. معناها نقولوا مثلا okay. أنا كل واحد باش يديرها باش يصل بها زميله. Okay, first thing, let's complete the questions. أول حاجة خلينا نكمل الأسئلة. يا إما عندنا الخيارين خلينا نشرح عليهم. هو يا عندنا يا is there يا إما are there. أكيد لو singular, if it's singular we have to use is there. But if it's this is easier. الأسئلة ممكن أسهل شوية. Okay, so let's divide it. Let's start. Samiha, are you back? رجعتي ولا مازال? Can you talk? I think she's busy. Okay, so Kilani, you can take number 1 to 4, and Rashid can do number 5 to 8. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a park?
All right. Very good. Is there a park?
Are there any shops?
Are there any shops? Okay.
Are there any good restaurants?
Okay, let's write it. So is there, okay, and are there any good any shops? Are there? Okay. Okay, what about number 4?
Is there.
Okay.
It's there. Station.
Oh, okay, good. I'll write it. Samiha, can you do number 5? Are you back?
Yes,
can you
yes.
talk? Okay.
Yes. Are there, please?
Okay.
Are there, is there
Is there or are there?
a market?
Okay, so you did number 5.
Market.
Not there. Okay, market is there. Uh-huh.
Are there?
Number 7. Are there? What about number...
Are there any nice hotels?
Okay. Number 8.
Is there
All
a cinema or a theater?
Yes, because it's singular, right? So is there? Okay.
Yes.
Number 4, Rashid, can you do number 4 for لك?
Is there a station?
Correct, because it's singular. All right. ما دام عندنا الأسئلة وضحت، معناها كل واحد حيسأل زميله.
What's the meaning, Doctor, of theater?
Theater. Okay. Can you explain it in English, Rashid? Theater.
It's like square and come many people and watch.
What do they watch? They watch actors, right?
Actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like.
Like. هي انت جاوبت شبه نص الاجابه كملتها زيد شويه وصفها شويه باش تزبط عشان تدري.
Maybe like zoo, Joker.
Yes, yes, I understand them.
Okay, what do you think it is? شنو هي بالعربي يا سميحة؟
مسرح.
Correct, صح. Correct, yes. So very good, yes. So the idea of theater is like it's like a cinema, but you see the actors, they act in front of you on a stage. Live on a stage, right? All right, okay. So now this means Rashid is going to ask Samiha these questions, and then Kilani will ask Rashid, okay? So you'll ask, or I have a better idea. So Rashid will ask both of you. أنا عندنا هنا خانتين هنا نديروا الخانة الأولى نسجلوا فيها إجابات سميحة والخانة الثانية نديروا لها إجابات الكيلاني، أوكي؟ أنا راشد أنت حتسألهم الزوز.
The answers about any country.
Yes, about your city. هنا اللي أنا قال لك places near my home. أنا جنب حوشك. تتكلمي على الأشياء هذه وهو بيقول لك هل في ولا ما فيش. أنت بتجاوبي على ضوء ندير الإجابات. ندير y for yes وإلا x for no. Okay. Okay. معناها Rashid, you can ask these questions to Samiha and she will give you the answers. Okay.
Is there a park near your house?
Good.
Yes, there.
Can you give a full answer? كيف حنجاوبه يا سميحة؟ شو تقولي؟ Yes. Yes, there is. صح ولا؟
Yes, there is a park.
لا yes there is فقط. مش ضروري تعود. Yes there is فقط. لكن لحظة ما نقدروش نقولوا yes there's. ما تقدريش تقولي هيك يا yes there's هيك مثلا خطأ ممنوع. اوكي لازم بديرها كاملة. Yes there is. عفوا. Okay yes there is. Yes there is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. خلينا نعودها مرة أخيرة. Can you repeat it again? Ask the question, please, Rashid, and she will give you the answer.
Is there a park?
near your home. كملها زي ما بدك نسوي.
Yes, there is.
Very good. So yes, there is. معناها نديروا why دي سميحة. Okay, كمل continue راشد.
Are there any shops near your house?
Are there any shops near your home, سميحة?
Yes, there's.
لكن هنا بالبلورال جمع صح ولا؟ معناها كيف تجاوبي؟
Yes, there's.
لا هو قال لك ما سألكش بإز هو سألك بآر.
There are.
أيوة.
Yes,
correct.
yes, there are.
Okay, can you say it again? Okay, Rashid, ask the question again, please, and she will answer it.
Yes.
Are there any shops near your house?
Yes, there are.
Very good. All right. Okay. Next question.
Are there any good restaurant?
مطعم كيف نقول مطعم؟
No, there aren't.
Okay. الكلمة طبعا restaurants. راشد. Restaurants.
Restaurants.
Okay. Go. Good. Next question.
Is there a station near your home?
Yes, there is.
Yes. What's the answer?
Yes,
Yes,
there is.
Yes, there is. Okay. لازم توضحها. There is. ومفصولة تكون. There is. Okay, good.
There
next,
is. Okay.
Next question, Rashid.
Are there any nice cafes near your home?
Are there any nice cafes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, there are. نفس الكلمة اللي هي بتجيب في السؤال هي نفسها اللي بتستعملها. All right. Next question, Rashid.
Is there a market near your house?
تسمعي فينا؟
Yes, there is.
Okay. Good. Okay. Next question.
Are there any nice hotels near your house?
تعطينا نيجاتيف إجابة مثلا لو كانت نيجاتيف شو بتقولي؟ لو ما عندكمش هوتيلات جهتكم.
No, they.
أنت بتستعمل نفس اللي أعطاها لك في السؤال. نفس الأكسيلري بتستعمل غير في النيجاتيف. كيف حتكون؟
No, there aren't.
Very good. No, there aren't. تمام. Okay. Last question, Rashid.
Is there a cinema or theater?
Or a theater.
Theater.
No, there isn't.
All right.
No.
Okay. Okay. تمام. خلينا نجرب المرة هذه. غير نحاول أسرع شوية بس خلينا نعكسه بس. ديروا نعكس بدل راشد بدي مع سميحة. Okay, let's try سميحة with كيلاني. نشوف أجوبة كيلاني المرة هذه. سميحة, you can ask Kilani these questions and he will give you the answers. بعدين you switch تاني.
Is there a park near your house?
Yes, there is.
Are there any shops near your house?
Yes, there are.
السؤال اللي بعده.
Are there any...
Okay, شو الإجابة كيلاني؟
Yes, there are.
Good restaurants?
Okay, جاوبها لك. اللي بعدها.
Are there any good restaurants?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a station?
Yeah. No, there isn't.
Is there a station?
No, there isn't.
Is there any nice coffee?
Yes, there are.
Is there a market?
Yes, there is.
Are there any nice hotels?
No, there aren't.
Is there a cinema or a theater?
No, there isn't.
Okay. تمام، معناته دورك أنت كيلاني بتسأل راشد، مش ناخذ إجابات راشد بيفضل.
Okay. Is there a park near your home?
No, there isn't.
Are there any shops near your home?
Yes, there are.
Are there any good restaurants near your home?
No, there aren't.
Is there a station near your home?
No, there isn't.
Are there any nice coffee near your home?
No, there aren't.
Is there a market in your near your home?
Yes, there is.
Are there any nice hotel near your home? Hotels?
No, there aren't.
Good.
Is there a cinema or the theater near your home?
No, there isn't.
تمام، ممتاز. Alright, تركي ما فيش أي أخطاء. Very good. Very nice, very nice. Alright, فهي هذه الفكرة باختصار، كيف نسألوا يعني كأنه تبليبي، كأنه يقول لك عندكم حديقة، عندكم دكاكين، عندكم زي حوارات الصغار معناتها لما يبي يقارنوا في حاجات حوش. عندكم انتم سيارة، عندكم نفس القصة عندكم. So is there, are there، هي هذه الفكرة. موضوع مش صعب هلبا، بس يعتبر من الأشياء المهمة، خصوصا لما تسأل مثلا في المحلات، أو مش ضروري تستعمله في المدن، تستعمل حتى في المحل. مثلا لو تخش محل بتقول مثلا بسأل عليه newspaper، بس أنا ممكن في محل do you have أفضل من is there ممكن أحسن، الأماكن الجغرافية أحسن. لا بتسأل عن المستشفى is there a hospital near here, is there an airport near here, are there any good hotels, are there، يعني هذه عادة في السياحة تنفعكم الأسئلة هذه كويسة. أوكي، خلينا نشوف ممكن في أشياء إضافية ثانية نشوفوا. أوكي، عندنا ممكن آخر اكسرسايز ممكن نقدر نخشوا قبل ما نكمل. أوكي. Choose a favorite place in your country or a holiday. Tick the things in the box that are or aren't in this place. Okay, so here I'd like you to choose a place. مثلا تقدر تتكلم على جهتك، مدينتك، or you can talk about any other place that you visited or a place that you want to visit, and this place you have information about it. عندك بعض المعلومات عليه فتبي تتكلم عليه وبدك تقول شو فيه وما فيه شيء. So you can use these things. You can talk about these things. You don't have to say all of them. مش ضروري طبعا تمر عليهم كلهم قلبهم. لكن مثلا تقدر تختار مجموعة منهم وتقول مثلا there is, there are. تقدر تقول I like it because there is كذا كذا and there aren't كذا كذا هكذا. Okay. So for example, Kilani, which place would you like to go to? Choose a city, or you can tell us about a place you visited in the past. واحكي لنا علاش عجبك لأن فيه كذا كذا كذا. تحكي لنا الحاجات اللي فيه الموجودة فيه اللي عجبتك في المكان اللي أنت مشيت. مثلا أعطيكم مثال. مثلا لو نقول my favorite place is مثلا نقوله اسطنبول. okay. مش الفيفورت هو لكن نقوله مثلا my favorite place is Istanbul because there are nice parks, interesting markets, and beautiful squares. There's also a good university, good hotels, and very nice cafes there. مثلا مجرد وصف يعني تتكلم عن المكان هذا شنو الحاجات اللي تحتويه اللي تعجبك فيه. You get the idea. ولو مثلا بتدير بالبات مثلا فصل حاجة ما عجبتكش مثلا but there isn't مثلا للأسف المكان هذا but there isn't ولا there aren't but there isn't a lake ولا there isn't a beach مثلا but that's okay مثلا. You get the idea. فأنت مجرد نوع من التعبير بتهدرز عن المدينة هذه اللي أنت تفضلها.
My favorite place is الخمس.
Why?
Because there's a nice because there is a nice beach and there is interesting shops and good hotels. There is good hotels, but there isn't a river and an airport.
Okay, good. كويس. وصف يعتبر كويس للخمس. Very nice. Okay. What about you, Rashid? Tell us about a place you like. قلنا شنو الحاجات اللي فيه واللي ما فيش مكان اللي تحب اللي يعجبك.
My favorite place is Goa. There is a nice beach and nice cafes. There are good places to go at night. But is expensive restaurants.
Very good. But there are expensive restaurants. But there are expensive restaurants.
Yes.
Okay. وصف ممتاز.
And there's a museum and interesting streets also in Homs. But there isn't a station.
But there isn't a station. But there isn't a place. كويس ممتاز. All right. Okay, let's see, Samiha. Would you like to talk about a place you like? Your favorite city or your favorite place? Are you there, Samiha? Can you hear us? All right. فهذه الفكرة أنها كيف تقدروا تتكلموا عن السيتي. كان تركيز الدرس هذا مجرد مراجعة خفيفة قبل اللي هو كان التركيز كله على أغلب الموضوع على there is و there are. وطبعا استعملنا there is و there are تكلمنا عن الأشياء اللي موجودة في المدن عادة أو في الريف أو حسب يعني أو في أي بلاد اللي هي نقدر نتكلم عليها ب there is there are. There is a market, there is a lake, there is a beach. لو مفردة بتقول there is a أكيد there is a. ولو جمع بتقول there are وبتجمع الشيء. There are lakes, there are markets, there are beautiful parks. وتقدر طبعا تزيد adjectives زي ما انتوا استعملتوا. There's a nice beach, there are great cafes, there are interesting shops, there are cheap hotels, there are وهكذا. انت تزيد توصف اكثر بدقه اكثر. فتكلمنا عليها. تكلمنا ايضا على اللي هو sentence stress. عاده الستريس بينزل لك على الكلمات اللي هما ذو معنى، اللي فيهم important parts of the sentence. اكيد يكون فيهم stress. الحاجات اللي مش مهمه عاده ما فيهمش. وخلاص يعني هذا كان الموضوع. وتعلمنا كيف ندير there is and there are في positive and negative, and also in questions and in yes no answers. And we use there is, there are, or there isn't, there aren't, to talk about our favorite city or our favorite town. Okay? أنا الحصة الجاية حنتكلموا على تفاصيل أكثر. حنتكلموا how much, how many, some or any. طبعا علاقة بالcountable uncountable terms، هذا ليه علاقة. ومنزيدوا نستمروا في there is, there are، نتكلم عنها أكثر. Okay? So this is next lesson. Okay. أعتقد عندكم بالنسبة للفصل هذا عندكم 3. أنتم عندكم محادثة غدوة. كان سخر ربي. حتى
جمعة.
جمعة. لأنكم أنتم مجددين مشتركين جدد، معناها عندكم محادثة. Okay? سميحة also you have conversation 6 o'clock. And Rashid, tomorrow is
tomorrow is Friday.
ماشي ببالي Friday. خش بعض. ماشي الخميس. اوكي ماشي ببالي خميس. No problem نحسبها خميس.
أنا حرد نحسبها جمعة.
لا لكن هذا الكلام يعني جمعة إن شاء الله. جمعة 3 في الجدول، أنتم 3 عندكم يعني. اوكي.
والخميس في حصة زي اليوم.
بالضبط الخميس في حصة نفس الشيء. اوكي. أنا غدوة أصلا.
الله.
All right then. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on Thursday. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.